Hey guys, Happy New Year. Dale Schwartz here from Schwartz Performance for our January 2020 shop update. We're rolling pretty good into 2020 already with some new projects on the horizon that I can't talk about right now, but they will be showing up in future shop updates. What I've got behind me here is Herschel's AMX chassis. This was a custom chassis that Doug was working on the fabrication last month. We had it up underneath the car on the jig. And now we've all finished up with the fabrication of the chassis, as well as some of the sheet metal fabrication activities that we needed to do to fit the chassis to the car. It's a unibody car, so it did require a little bit of floor pan modifications, but not very much, surprisingly. So this is not going to be a tooled up chassis for all of you AMX fans. Unfortunately, this was a one-off, so it'll just be getting installed into Herschel's car with a 6.4 liter modern Hemi and a T56 Magnum 6-speed transmission. And then we'll put it underneath the car, send it on its way. The owner's gonna complete the rest of the build. The one thing I wanted to touch on our chassis is the available options on them. We pride ourselves in having a lot of different options on our chassis for all different types of flavors of builds and customer requests and all that. So what I've got here is a bear brake system attached to one of our Mustang chassis. Now this caliper is finished in Bear Brake's blue ice, they call it. So it's like a transparent blue, and it really shows off the machining marks in the caliper. This is a 14-inch 6-piston setup, and the monoblock caliper, the 6S, is top of the line. This is, a very high-end piece that is a one-piece forging that is completely machined out. So it takes a lot of time to do that, and Bear Brakes does a really nice job with those. So in addition to the Bear Brakes, we do have our standard Willwood options, the 12-inch, a 13-inch, a 14-inch, and anywhere from 4 to 6 pistons, front and back. And then on the chassis, there's a ton of different available combinations that you can do on colors. So this particular one is one of our more common ones. It's a satin black with a bangle silver with metallic in it and clear coat on the suspension components. So if you're looking to do one of our chassis on your project, chances are that we can accommodate your needs. Well, we got Willie and Kathy's 67 Barracuda project back from the paint shop. This is finished in a BMW Tanzanite blue metallic. It looks awesome in the sunlight. Can't really bring it outside because there's tons of salt out right now, but it looks really cool, I assure you. We've got the Hellcat engine installed in here, which we painted up nicely in a silver metallic color. The transmission's about ready to go in. Sparky's already started on the wiring for the thing, and we're just rolling along on the assembly process.
Mark here at Schwartz Performance. I'm working on this 72 Javelin AMX, Jeff's personal car. We started 3 weeks ago with just a painted, ready to put back together shell, and as you can see now, we're getting pretty close. We've installed the engine, transmission, the entire driveline. We fabbed up some Ride Tech shocks for it. We've got coilovers on the front, and we still have the leafs in the back. We've installed some aftermarket sway bars. We're making it into a little resto mod. This car is not going to receive a chassis. We just wanted to make it a real clean resto mod. It's a New Mexico car, so it's very clean. It started out life there and moved to Missouri. Jeff bought it about 5 years ago. So the car is going to be a real nice driver. It's got a 401 in it with an automatic. It's a go-pack car, which makes it kind of special. Has some features that you don't normally see on an AMX. The car is got some Indy cylinder heads and Holley fuel injection, of course, so it's going to be quite the awesome machine for the street.
Well, we got the chassis fabrication done on Jim and Janet's 69 Mustang Coupe project here. We're in the process of doing the installation on it. So in addition to that, we've put new floor pans in the driver and passenger sides. We've been filling a lot of pinholes of rust throughout the bottom side of the body. So it needed quite a bit of work, more than we thought when it first came in and we did our initial look over, but we're taking care of it nonetheless. Additionally, we have new front fenders here from Dynacorn, new core support, and new doors. So those were not in very good shape the factory ones that the customer brought to us. So now we got those installed. We can get the front end of the chassis mounted to it, and then begin on the front inner fender aprons here to clean up this engine bay quite a bit. Been progressing really well on Chris's 63 Chevy 2 Nova convertible project here. We've got the front end sheet metal most of the way mocked up. We've got the auto rad aluminum radiator support mounted, along with custom brackets for the AC condenser. The heat exchanger will be mounted next, so we've got pretty much everything on the front end here as mocked up as we can, holes drilled that we need to, and whatnot. So the next step that we're working on is a little bit of a roadblock. Occasionally, as a car builder, we run into roadblocks. It is nothing new. It's just all a part of building hot rod cars. Nothing fits like it's supposed to, or that you think is going to in your head. So what we've got here is we've got a slight clearance issue with the throttle body and radiator fans. So due to the positioning of the factory LT4 throttle body on the supercharger, there's not really enough room to get a decent bend in here to fit an air filter and the mass airflow sensor and everything. So what we've got here is a super fancy manufactured part that that anybody can buy. It's not a proprietary thing or anything, but we use these in several of our builds just to get around tight spaces. So this is a 3.5-inch stainless steel donut, they call it. It's 2 spun halves welded together. You can take sections out of it because you can't get this tight of a radius on a typical stainless steel bend, so that just isn't happening. So we use these fabrication donuts in a lot of areas, mostly exhaust, but in this case we're going to do the air intake in it. So what this will allow us to do is relocate the throttle body a little bit further away from the supercharger. I've got 2 machined flanges here that we machined up to basically take the donut piece in between them, and then we will relocate this throttle body somewhere around here and allow us to run, straight section and an air filter off of that. So again, occasionally we do run into roadblocks. It's all a part of hot rodding, as many of you know, but due to our awesome team, we can get these kind of things figured out. So on last month's shop update, Kimber's 67 Chevelle here was tipped on its side. We were prepping it for black bed liner. Well, since then the customer has changed his mind. We're going with a ceramic matrix gray on the entire car. So that is a newer GM Corvette color. It's a very fine metallic light gray. We've tinted the bed liner and painted that the light gray color, so that's all complete. The car is now on the chassis for its final time, and it will be sent to the body shop soon to get the final body work and paint done on the firewall, all the jams, and then they'll continue on the body work and full paint of the exterior. So that'll be getting sent out to the body shop very soon. We just got a couple other things to finish up before we send it out to paint. Well guys, that's it for our January 2020 shop update. Thanks for watching. We do have a show coming up in February. The Race and Performance Expo is back at the Schaumburg Renaissance Convention Center. So we will have a booth set up there in the builders area. We'll be showcasing the SCART again, so some of you local people that haven't been able to see it at PRI or haven't seen any of the other videos about it yet, check it out at the show. It'll be a perfect place to do so. In the meantime, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and we will see you next month. Thanks for watching.